In our 70s, my spouse and I made 5 final life decisions. Some people advised us to be cautious, but we didn't pay much attention to public opinion. After many nights of reflection recently, we have made some decisions to ensure our remaining years are happy and free from worry and fatigue. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. Around me, many people exhibit 2 extremes. One is becoming increasingly confused about decisions as they age, and the other is becoming clearer and more decisive. If you want to live a better life in old age, you need to plan. My spouse and I are both in our 70s. After many nights of reflection recently, we have made the following decisions. First, accept the passing of your partner without too much sorrow. Perhaps in a few years, my spouse and I will have to part ways. We don't know who will leave first. After all, our average lifespan is just over 70 years, and both of us are already over 70. Likely, our remaining days won't be long. Our view is to calmly accept the departure of a partner without excessive grief. After all, birth, aging, sickness, and death are natural laws. No matter how advanced medical science is, no one can defy the law. One day, people will die. After a partner's departure, many people choose to live with their children or in a nursing home. Some choose to find another companion. As for my spouse and me, since we are both elderly, if one of us passes away, the remaining person will go to a nursing home. Second, firmly avoid borrowing money for medical treatment. If you have money, go for treatment. If not, then skip it. Elderly people already have weakened health, and many illnesses will gradually appear. Currently, my spouse and I have about 1 billion VND. I think this amount is sufficient for minor illnesses. After all, living expenses are covered by pensions, so 1 billion VND will be reserved for emergencies. But if the illness is severe, 1 billion VND will not be enough for long-term treatment. Ultimately, having money for treatment is one thing, but the real concern is running out of money without being able to save the person. If we end up losing both money and a loved one, it would be truly heartbreaking. Moreover, the average lifespan is finite. Basically, we won't live much longer. Therefore, I don't want to borrow money for medical treatment, as this would also burden our children. Third, strive not to disturb your children's lives while you can still take care of yourself. In the mindset of the older generation, we still think of raising children to rely on them in old age. Unfortunately, this belief is no longer accurate today. It's not that children are unfilial, but young people today face much more pressure. Sometimes children still want to support their parents in old age but lack the financial means, feeling very helpless. Moreover, many daughters-in-law today are quite selfish and unhappy to see their husbands sending money to their parents. I can't say who is right or wrong in this matter. I only advise elderly people to take care of themselves while they are still healthy to avoid financial dependence on their children. Fourth, do not transfer your house to your children too early. Many children are not as filial as we might think, and even if they are, their spouses may cause family discord and conflicts. I have seen many such cases. I once witnessed an elderly man sell all his land to give money to his child to buy a house and marry, or an elderly woman who willingly transferred land and a house to her child and then moved in with them. However, while living together, many irreconcilable conflicts arose. Moreover, children may rely on this, leading to complacency and lack of ambition in their work. Therefore, only when we are near the end of life should we transfer our assets to our children. Fifth, abandon toxic relationships. Even with relatives, all toxic relationships should be abandoned, including those with family. I think distant relatives are no better than strangers. Some people appear to be relatives or close ones, but in reality they often exploit us and only contact us when they want to borrow money or seek help. As elderly people, we should enjoy our retirement lives and not be concerned with low-quality relationships that affect our mental well-being. At the age of over 70, a man will consider the following 6 things as the most valuable assets of his life. After many years of hard work, everyone hopes to have a peaceful life when reaching their 70s. At this stage, we often spend more time on ourselves and our family rather than working. If a man has these 6 things, it means he is enjoying a very fulfilling and complete life. 1. Financial abundance. As we age, our health declines and we cannot earn as much money as we did when we were younger. Therefore, at this stage, we need stable finances to ensure a sufficient life and not depend on others. If a man over 70 has a monthly pension, he can take care of himself and even support his children. Men of this age should also keep some personal savings to cover unexpected difficulties. 2. Happy children. Many people in their 70s have children who are still unmarried or not successful. This can cause parents to worry. Witnessing their children living happily and peacefully brings parents comfort and happiness. Enjoying a warm and happy family atmosphere is the greatest joy for older people. 3. Own home. Many people choose to live with their children in old age so they can be taken care of when ill. However, this decision can lead to unnecessary conflicts and disputes with their children. Living with children isn't necessarily bad, but older people should have their own home. This house, whether big or small, is the result of a lifetime of hard work. At this stage, you will have more time to enjoy retirement. 4. Compatible life partner. Everyone hopes to have a life partner with whom they are deeply connected and spend their entire lives together. However, not everyone can turn this wish into reality. Many people lose their life partner early or face numerous conflicts that prevent them from staying together. Therefore, a man over 70 who still has a faithful, understanding, and loving wife is greatly blessed. This is a significant stroke of luck in an elderly man's life. 5. Good health. It is often said that health is a precious asset. With good health, you have everything. If we achieve success, wealth, and happiness but suffer from illness, life loses its meaning. Therefore, men over 70 who have strong and resilient health are truly fortunate. This is a priceless asset that cannot be bought with money, and everyone wishes to possess it. Men over 70 who remain clear-minded, positive, and healthy should cherish this. It is an important factor in enjoying a colorful life. 6. Personal hobbies. In old age, people often do things they did not have the chance to pursue when they were younger. This is also a delightful aspect of growing older. At this stage, with more free time, pursuing personal passions becomes easier. Men over 70 should continue to follow their interests. This is a way to maintain positive energy, make life more enjoyable, and live fully in the later years. However, some parents choose to keep their assets secret, even if they have a huge fortune. Why, despite being so wealthy, do they not share it with their children? A 70-year-old man provided an answer through his own experience. This man, named Lai, is a successful entrepreneur with a fortune of hundreds of millions of dollars. However, he never told his children about his wealth. Instead, he lives a simple life, sharing his limited resources with his children. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Since childhood, Mr. Lai has been born and raised in a family of modest means. Wanting to change his fate, he worked hard and sacrificed a lot, giving up his education to work and earn money to support his family, working tirelessly day and night. Eventually, he accumulated a certain amount of capital and built a network of relationships sufficient to start a small business. The more he achieved, the more he understood the temptation and corrosive power of wealth. He witnessed many wealthy people losing their family relationships, friendships, and health because of their riches. Therefore, he decided not to let himself fall into a similar predicament. Firstly, Mr. Lee believes that telling his children about wealth will make them lazy and dependent. He believes that if children know they have substantial assets, they might lose motivation to work and study. Children may develop a sense that they no longer need to work hard because they already have everything. This dependency not only affects their personal development but also their values and perspectives. Secondly, Mr. Lai worries that telling his children about his wealth might make them greedy and selfish. He believes that wealth often leads people to lose empathy. thereby lacking the tolerance and spirit of chivalry needed to help others. He doesn't want his children to become such individuals. On the contrary, he wants them to have a humble, kind-hearted attitude, care for others, and contribute to society. Additionally, Mr. Lai is concerned that telling his children about his wealth might make them lose passion and drive in life. His children might feel that their lives are already perfect and thus no longer need to pursue higher goals and a better life. This mentality not only makes them lose their passion for life, but also undermines their self-imposed requirements and motivations for progress. Lastly, in Mr. Lai's view, material indulgence might lead his children to misunderstand the true nature of money. He knows that money is not the sole criterion for measuring a person's value. It is only a part of life. He hopes his children can view money correctly and not be misled or bound by it. He hopes that each child can create wealth through their efforts and intelligence, rather than relying on what their parents have achieved. From the personal sharing of this 70-year-old man, one can understand why many wealthy parents do not reveal their wealth to their children. The reasons can be summarized as follows. Parents hope their children will maintain a humble and kind attitude, care for others, and contribute to society. They want to provide their children with accurate views on money, free from confusion and material bondage. The children are expected to create wealth through their efforts and intelligence, rather than relying on their parents' wealth. These expectations stem from the desire to care for and educate children, nurturing the next generation with a sense of responsibility, passion, and pursuit of a meaningful life. While happiness is often associated with having plenty of money and good health, recent studies suggest that the happiest time of life is actually between the ages of 65 and 70. At this stage, most people have what they need to be content. As society advances, people's standard of living has improved. Many believe that living longer means being happier, but recent research shows that happiness peaks in the 65 to 70 age range. This finding challenges our previous assumptions about the relationship between longevity and happiness. Here are 3 reasons why happiness is not necessarily tied to lifespan. 1. Freedom from work-related stress. At this age, retirees are free from the pressures and competition of their careers. They can focus on mental health and seek inner peace. They cherish and savor each moment and enjoy simple daily pleasures. However, this doesn't mean they stop growing. They continue to explore the world with a mature attitude. Their wisdom and perspective remind us that happiness isn't just for the young and isn't related to age, but rather to one's attitude toward life. Happiness can be found in slowly enjoying a cup of tea, not just in the frantic pursuit of material success. 2. The 2 pillars of the old age happiness often involves having enough money and good health. Many people in this age group have accumulated savings and no longer worry about financial issues. Instead, they focus on their health, understanding that it is paramount. Without good health, money becomes meaningless. Those in their 70s are less concerned with luxury and more invested in their health and family. They also find a balance between work and life, seeking to enrich their lives with meaningful activities rather than chasing career ambitions. For them, life is not a race but a wonderful adventure. Happiness and health are what they need on this journey. Knowledge and life experience are crucial for living past 70. Their lives are no longer blank pages but filled with stories of both joy and hardship. As the Vietnamese saying goes, the older the ginger, the spicier it gets, reflecting how older people have a deeper perspective and wisdom from enduring many life challenges. At this age, they won't be troubled by minor issues but will approach both big and small problems with tolerance and calm. Life is not always smooth, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Older individuals know how to view problems from multiple angles and use their rich experiences to overcome difficulties. This calm and unhurried attitude is something younger people often struggle to achieve. Above all, elderly people understand the value of separation. They better appreciate the preciousness of relationships. Those around them prefer to spend time with family and friends, knowing that these things are far more important than pursuing material wealth. Their wisdom is not just book knowledge but comes from real-life experiences. They use their wisdom to love, share, and experience happiness most genuinely. They cherish life and value every peaceful moment and the small things in life. When they understand the meaning of life, they can live more joyfully and happily. People aged 65 to 70 experience the highest level of happiness because they have passed the stressful phase and can enjoy their current life. They have peace of mind, know how to balance material and spiritual needs, and appreciate what they have. On our journey through life, especially in old age, having someone who truly understands and loves us is the greatest happiness. In youth, many people are busy with their careers and children, rarely having time for their spouse. Yet, it is this person who shares and stays by our side until the end. A loving and understanding spouse is far more valuable than money or material wealth. Having such a person makes your later years far more complete and meaningful. In addition to maintaining a relaxed and positive attitude and caring for your partner, elderly people should also pay attention to their physical health. Only when healthy can you fully enjoy life. Age 70 is considered old age. Those with good health are likely to live longer. Statistics show that the average lifespan worldwide has increased. People are living longer, but for some, reaching 70 is still a significant milestone. Age 70 is seen as a threshold for elderly individuals. Why is this? Why is age 70 called old age? In ancient times, living to 70 was rare. 70 years old was once a desired age, but today the average lifespan continues to rise. 70 is no longer a distant age. However, some statistics show that the health of elderly individuals gradually deteriorates as they reach 70 to 75 years old. Many may even pass away during this period. Therefore, age 70 is considered a risky stage in an elderly person's life. A study conducted by scientists from the University of Cambridge and published in a reputable journal found that people age very quickly after 70. They monitored the health of 10 infants over 81 years. During this period, changes in the blood and bone marrow of the subjects were analyzed. The results showed that blood cells in elderly individuals after 70 differentiate into 10 to 20 stem cells. In contrast, these cells in people under 65 can differentiate into 20,000 stem cells. This phenomenon clearly explains why the human body suddenly weakens after 70. We experience a noticeable aging effect, and age-related diseases increase significantly. In 2022, a report published by the National Cancer Center of China showed that people over 70 have a high risk of cancer and also have the highest cancer mortality rate. Besides cancer, people over 70 are more prone to other chronic diseases, such as frailty, aging, and poor absorption. Therefore, it is not an exaggeration to call age 70 a health obstacle for elderly individuals. 5 signs of good health after the age of 70 for elderly people include walking, which is very suitable for daily practice and offers many health benefits. Walking is one of the easiest and most convenient forms of exercise. It can enhance heart and lung function, improve blood circulation, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. When walking, the activity of the body also reflects our health. If you exhibit the following signs while walking, it indicates that your health is very good. 1. Steady walking pace. A normal walking pace with firm steps, not hurried or limping, and without shuffling, is a sign of good health. 2. Stable breathing while walking. Having a stable breathing rhythm without shortness of breath helps determine your health status. If you feel breathless or have a bluish skin tone while walking, you might have respiratory issues. 3. No discomfort in the heart. Cardiovascular health is crucial for the elderly. If you do not experience chest pain or rapid heart rate while walking, it indicates that your cardiovascular function is still good. 4. Moderate speed. Walking speed is also a health indicator. It is often thought that those who walk faster live longer, but older adults should choose a walking pace that suits their physical condition. 5 things you should do to stay healthy and live long. 1. Balanced nutrition. Maintain a balanced diet, especially by including high-quality protein. Older adults should reasonably consume more foods like fish, eggs, and milk, and avoid a purely vegetarian diet to prevent malnutrition. 2. Continue exercising. Depending on health conditions, elderly individuals should exercise according to their physical capabilities. Exercise helps improve heart and lung function and maintain weight. Make sure to exercise within your ability and not push yourself too hard. 3. Manage chronic conditions and use medications properly. For elderly people with chronic illnesses, actively cooperate with doctors to manage their conditions. Take medications regularly and avoid adjusting dosages or stopping medication on your own. 4. Maintain good habits and a positive, joyful attitude. Longevity primarily depends on one's lifestyle and related factors. Do not worry excessively about turning 70 being a barrier. By maintaining good habits now, you can certainly live a long life after 70. I realize that healthy, happy, and cheerful aging is achievable through the following 6 practices, based on observing friends of the same age and personal experiences. Ms. Liu, who is 70 years old, lives alone and is not dependent on her children. Her retirement life is joyful and comfortable, even though her children want her to live with them. She believes that as long as she is still healthy and can take care of herself, she avoids living with her children to prevent unnecessary conflicts. Ms. Liu has identified 6 good habits that can make aging healthier and happier. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. When turning 70, it's important to pay attention to sleep. Good sleep helps the body recover both physically and mentally. Prolonged lack of sleep can lead to risks such as memory decline, reduced concentration, and weakened immunity. For older adults, sleep duration and quality can decrease. In reality, older adults still need to get enough sleep and ensure good quality. Many elderly people experience poor sleep at night, waking up after only a few hours, and feel extremely tired during the day. This is a symptom of sleep deprivation. To get enough sleep, first you need a quiet, dark, and comfortably warm sleeping environment. This will help older adults fall asleep quickly. Second, avoid stimulants like coffee and alcohol before bedtime to ensure you fall asleep faster. Regular health checkups are essential. As people age, they will encounter various bodily issues. If ignored, minor ailments can develop into more serious conditions over time, affecting health. Regular checkups can detect problems early and treat them before they worsen. Additionally, blood sugar levels and blood pressure should be monitored. Of course, it's not only the elderly who need health checkups. Younger people should also have annual health exams. This ensures good health and helps protect personal well-being more effectively. Moderate exercise is very important. Especially for older adults, joints can become stiff. Exercise can strengthen muscles and bones, improve blood circulation, and ensure cardiovascular and cerebrovascular health. Many people over 70 feel their physical strength declining, becoming reluctant to move and preferring to sit on the couch watching TV. This is a mistaken approach. Elderly individuals should go for regular walks, get sunlight, and do light exercises every morning and evening to boost their body's resistance. However, exercise for the elderly should be gentle, such as slow walking or light stretching to keep the body flexible. Maintaining a positive attitude is crucial. An optimistic attitude can make both the body and mind healthier and more vibrant. At the age of 70, a positive mindset helps better cope with external pressures, significantly reducing the risk of anxiety and depression, and potentially extending lifespan. Therefore, older adults should learn to manage their emotions to maintain a calm, balanced, and optimistic attitude. Avoid complaining about things that are not as desired and try to stay away from high-pressure environments. Additionally, engage more with optimistic people. Spend wisely and avoid being deceived. For those over 70, it is easy to be taken advantage of by unscrupulous businesses. In recent years, many with malicious intent have exploited the trust of older adults to promote dubious health supplements. In reality, these products are ineffective and can even have side effects. However, many older adults do not realize it is a scam. Seniors need to spend wisely and should not indiscriminately purchase these nutritional health products. This not only proves ineffective but also wastes money. Many people focus solely on the quantity of friends and social connections. However, once you reach the age of 70, It's important to cultivate friendships with people who can offer support during emergencies and difficulties. Appropriate social interactions can reduce loneliness and make you feel happier. Engaging in community activities or social volunteer services can help you make friends among older adults and enrich your life. Turning 70 marks a new beginning. You might consider adopting 6 good habits to enjoy your senior years. Not only should you exercise, but if you want to live a long and healthy life beyond 70, you should focus on 4 key aspects. Those who incorporate these habits often find life to be more fulfilling. Health is a valuable asset. Health is especially precious for those over 70. As you age, your body undergoes many physiological, psychological, and social changes, making you more susceptible to health issues such as osteoporosis, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and memory loss. And to lead a fulfilling and effective life in your 70s, keep the following 4 points in mind. 1. A positive, optimistic, and confident attitude regardless of your age. A positive attitude is always the best tool for facing challenges. At 70, you may have experienced many ups and downs, but you must believe that your experiences and wisdom are valuable assets. When facing difficulties and failures, maintain confidence and perseverance. Never give up on pursuing your dreams. Even as time passes, continue to move forward bravely. These factors are crucial for extending lifespan and enhancing quality of life. 2. Regular exercise and good physical condition. A healthy body is the foundation for enjoying life, especially in old age. Being 70 doesn't mean you should stop exercising. On the contrary, moderate exercise is key to maintaining good health and stamina. Choose exercises suitable for older adults, such as walking or yoga. These activities not only improve physical health, but also reduce stress and enhance mood. Remember, our world is limitless as long as we are willing to act. 3. A balanced and reasonable diet. Proper, balanced, and reasonable eating is important. People over 70 should eat plenty of vegetables, fruits, lean meats, fish, dairy products, and supplements like vitamin D and calcium to strengthen bones and prevent osteoporosis. Additionally, limit intake of sugar, salt, fats, and stimulants like coffee, tobacco, and alcohol to avoid high blood pressure, diabetes, fatty liver, and cardiovascular diseases. 4. Kindness and warmth. As we grow older, we should become gentler with the world around us and learn to be more grateful. By the age of 70, you have witnessed much beauty and endured many hardships. Remember that being kind to others is also being kind to yourself. If you radiate warmth, you will receive more love in return. Moreover, those who live with warmth and a good heart are people with beautiful souls, capable of loving and sharing with those around them. They can create meaningful experiences and connections, and they seek and enjoy the positive, manageable aspects of life in all circumstances. As a result, they build valuable relationships, reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, and enhance satisfaction and happiness in life. This is a core key to boosting immunity from within and maintaining a solid health foundation. Household chores can be one of the reasons why elderly people choose to live alone, but it is not the only reason. Many other factors can also influence this decision, such as personality, health, circumstances, and the preferences of the elderly person. It can be seen that living alone in old age is a personal choice, depending on one's circumstances and desires. Nevertheless, they should have social connections to support them and make it easier to enjoy a healthy, happy, and safe life. Only at 70 did I realize that we should not place too much hope on living a long life, as living long is not necessarily good. Don't believe too much in the saying, more children, more blessings. Rely on yourself. At 70, I see that lying in bed for 3 to 5 years only extends life by a few years. But what use is that when you are in a wheelchair and move like a log? Initially, children may take good care of their parents, but after a long time, who can endure it? When we place too much hope, we become more disappointed. Just like the higher you climb, the harder you fall. It's better to start from a lower point and have a stable life. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Therefore, after turning 70, I look back at the hopes I had in my youth and realize that many of them are mere illusions and should be given up. Don't believe too much in the saying more children, more blessings. My grandparents used to say that having children is the greatest happiness. If you have many children, one of them will have potential, and as parents age, the children will take turns supporting them. This reduces the pressure on the children and provides more support to the parents. With this idea, my grandparents had 7 children. After my grandfather passed away, my grandmother lived alone for over 10 years. Only when she could no longer walk did she start relying on her children. The uncles and aunts discussed how to manage her remaining years. The youngest aunt said, "I still need to take care of my family on my husband's side. I can only care for mother during holidays and festivals." The eldest uncle said, "I am also struggling. If my daughter-in-law didn't have a pension, she could manage on her own, so I can't support mother anymore." The third uncle, being a son-in-law, did not dare to speak up. Generally, parents raise children, and each child has a different personalities and filial piety. One should understand that they need to take care of themselves, at least financially. If you have savings when you fall ill, with a little contribution from your children, caring for your parents won't be too difficult. You can even arrange to go to a nursing home with the money you have. Love in old age needs to be more realistic than dreamy. There is an old saying, the child takes care of the father not as well as the wife takes care of the husband. Which is why many people, even in their old age, still seek to remarry for companionship. In middle age, if a person remarries and takes good care of both their current and previous children, the family can be better. However, in reality, many things are not perfect. Some bad situations may occur, such as when you are too old and lose a spouse. Finding a new partner can be challenging. Now, the grown-up children might oppose the old man remarrying, causing family discord. Additionally, if the other partner's children are still in school, you might unintentionally enter a phase of supporting their education, which can be very costly. Even when they grow up, there is no guarantee they will support you. Furthermore, if both have limited finances while young, they could work together, but in old age, they lack labor strength. Living together in poverty adds to the burden. Lastly, elderly people's lack of sharpness makes them prone to scams, resulting in both emotional and financial losses. Therefore, at 70 years old, I believe you should stop dreaming about true love as you did when you were younger and face reality to protect yourself and your family. Money is more important than love. You should seek someone with real abilities to rely on, rather than just a few words of concern. Don't place too much emphasis on buying a house, because you can't take it with you when you die. If you don't own a house, renting is perfectly fine. Many people work so hard in their youth to buy a house, only to start thinking about who will inherit it when they turn 70. If you contribute to society, your children might resent you. If you divide it among them, they will start fighting, and the person who inherits the house might not even want to take care of you. They might place you in a nursing home, and you will fend for yourself. Therefore, I have discovered that a house only provides temporary comfort and cannot be taken with you when you die. If you have money, buying a house is good, but if you don't, it's not a big deal. After all, don't we return to dust when we die? Living longer doesn't necessarily mean happiness. After losing your health, happiness gradually disappears, especially as you approach the end of life. Living another day might just bring more suffering. Without dutiful children to care for them, long-term illness only becomes an inconvenience for them. Initially, they may take good care of their parents, but after a while, few can endure it. Children have their own families to care for and must work to support their children. If they lack money, elderly parents become a burden. Even if you have a caregiver, there will be times when they become irritable and difficult. Thus, at 70, I see that lying in bed for 3 to 5 years might extend life by a few years, but what's the use if you are in a wheelchair and moving around like a log? Live each day well and don't chase longevity. This will make you happier from within. Consider returning to your hometown to enjoy your old age. Many elderly people have the idea of fallen leaves returning to the roots, especially those from rural areas, feeling that their childhood was beautiful and their hometown is where they need to return. In the countryside, you can raise chickens and ducks, chat with neighbors, occasionally invite other old folks to the market, cook or play cards. However, those who have been away for many years will find many inconveniences when returning. Transportation is not convenient, and for emergencies there are no vehicles, which is a constant hassle. The living environment is not very good, with pests and rats everywhere, and unpleasant smells from livestock. The old houses need repairs, which can be costly. Neighbors might have died or moved to the city, making everything feel deserted. Farming is also hard work, and you may not be able to do it well. A real farm is not a vacation home. Staying there for a few days is refreshing, but staying for a month or two might not be enjoyable. The scenery might still be beautiful, but customs and habits have changed. Therefore, cherish the people around you instead of clinging to the old places in your memory. In old age, live a calm and simple life. Let go of unrealistic fantasies, and don't let your health be prolonged by unattainable desires. If you have money, spend it on good things, like traveling, buying things you like, and living a healthy and happy life. At the age of 70 and beyond, cherishing life involves not only maintaining health and sleep, but also adhering to some good habits. Here are 10 important habits for a healthy and happy life. No.1 Eat healthily. Older adults should limit fast food, processed foods, and sugary drinks like bubble tea and soda. Carrying water when going out helps maintain hydration and avoid consuming unhealthy beverages. No.2 Personal hygiene. Maintaining personal hygiene is very important. Regularly clean your living space, change clothes, brush your teeth twice a day, and use a facial cleanser to feel comfortable and keep in a good mood. No.3 Be content with yourself. At 70, focus on pleasing yourself rather than worrying about others. Enjoy the foods you like in moderation, and live happily and joyfully to avoid regrets. No.4 Good temperament. Maintain calmness and positivity, and avoid complaining or blaming others. This helps in fostering harmonious family relationships and living amicably with those around you. No.5 Live with discipline. Even if you have a high pension, you should restrain your desires and abandon unhealthy lifestyles. Avoid bad habits that could harm your health and quality of life in the future. No.6 Stay active. Engage in outdoor activities and move around more rather than staying at home all day. Sunbathe, enjoy nature, and interact with others to improve physical and mental health. No.7 Spend wisely. Even with a good pension, spend wisely. Invest in quality and safe items and avoid spending money on unnecessary things. No.8 Live simply. Learn to live simply by discarding unnecessary items and avoiding clutter in your home. Focus on important things and avoid being overwhelmed by too much. No.9 Consider how others treat people. To assess if someone is reliable. Observe how they treat their friends, their attitude towards money, and how they care for their parents. No.10 Be cautious in relationships. Avoid becoming too close with people who have 3 unreliable traits. Monitor how they treat others and their attitude towards money and family to evaluate their character. These habits not only help you maintain health but also lead to a meaningful and joyful life. As we journey through life, especially in old age, having someone who truly understands and loves us is the greatest happiness. In youth, many people are often busy with careers and raising children, leaving little time for their partners. Yet, it is the partner who shares and stays with us until the end. Having a supportive, loving, and indulgent spouse is worth far more than money or material wealth. With such a person by your side, your senior years can become much more fulfilling and meaningful. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Beyond maintaining a positive mindset and caring for your companion, older adults should also pay attention to their physical health. Only when you are healthy can you fully enjoy life. Age 70 is considered old age, and those in good health are more likely to live longer. Research shows that the average lifespan worldwide has increased, and while living to 70 may seem like a challenge, it is no longer an unattainable goal. However, Some statistics indicate that health conditions can deteriorate from ages 70 to 75, with many people potentially passing away during this period. A study from the University of Cambridge has shown that the human body ages rapidly after age 70. Blood cells in people over 70 differentiate into only 10 to 20 stem cells, while those under 65 can produce up to 20,000 stem cells. This phenomenon explains why the human body suddenly weakens after age 70, with a significant increase in age-related diseases. A 2022 report from the National Cancer Center of China indicates that individuals over 70 have a high risk of cancer, with cancer-related mortality rates being the highest. However, older adults can still maintain good health by paying attention to certain signs while walking. Walking is an easy and convenient exercise that improves heart and lung function, enhances blood circulation, and reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Indicators of good health include a steady walking pace, stable breathing, no leg pain, and no discomfort in the heart. In addition to walking and appropriate exercise, to maintain health and extend lifespan, older adults should focus on the following: balanced nutrition, continued appropriate exercise, managing chronic conditions and medication, maintaining good living habits, and keeping a positive attitude. These habits will help you live long and healthily, even in advanced age. Upon retirement, a 70-year-old woman shared valuable lessons for a peaceful life, including 3 things you should never do: avoid bragging about your children or personal wealth, don't disclose personal financial details to others, and don't share family conflicts outside the home. These lessons helped her realize that a peaceful life depends not only on finances but also on how we handle relationships and challenges in life. If we cannot help, they are not afraid. From then on, I understood that the greatest concern for the elderly is whether they have money. This worry is even greater than concerns about children. However, after my father fell ill in his old age, my perspective on aging has changed significantly. I am 51 years old, my brother is 53, and my father is currently 85. When I was young, my older brother and I always disappointed our parents. From a young age, I didn't like studying and my academic performance was poor. Instead, I enjoyed playing soccer and badminton. My brother was similar. He was only interested in mechanics and assembling things. Our parents hoped that we would excel in school and get into prestigious universities, but it seemed that we grew up quite differently from their expectations. My brother finished middle school and immediately started vocational training. As for me, after finishing my university entrance exams, I also decided not to continue my studies and went to work. Our decisions made our parents extremely angry, but eventually they accepted it. One time when we came home early for the new year, my father inadvertently said to us, "I hope that you two would achieve great things, but I'm disappointed. Fortunately, we have money. Even if you can't support us later, we won't have any problems. So, do whatever you want." In my father's words, I sensed pride and a bit of self-satisfaction. He wasn't bragging when we started working. My father held a position as the head of the irrigation bureau, and my mother was a teacher at an elementary school. Their combined salary was 3 times what my brother and I earned. At that rate, they wouldn't have to worry about their old age. As they aged and their health declined, I realized that money was no longer what made them anxious and fearful. What scared them was something else. When my father was 70, my mother fell ill and passed away. At that time, she left my father about 700 million VND in savings plus his savings, totaling around 1.7 billion VND. This amount was not small for an old man. With it, my father no longer had to worry about his old age. Starting from the age of 78, my father's health deteriorated significantly. Initially, he was frequently ill. Then, various other diseases followed. In less than a year, illness transformed him from a strong man into an old man with gray hair. By then, he was no longer as stubborn as he used to be. He would frequently remind us about small matters and even call us back for minor issues. Before, he would always say he didn't need us. Now, every second, he wanted us by his side. Last year, my father fell and could no longer walk. Usually when he was in good spirits, he would use a cane to walk outside. But gradually his condition worsened and he could no longer move. Since he couldn't walk, we hired a caregiver to look after him, but he didn't get along with the caregivers. All three were dismissed. My brother and I had to take turns caring for him. We all lived far away, so during the day I would take care of him, and at night, my brother would take over. Taking care of him was quite easy for me. I just cooked breakfast and lunch for him, massaged him, and kept him company. But my brother had a much harder time. He had to bathe him, stay up at night, and take care of him, which was truly exhausting. Because my father took medication and had poor kidney function, he woke up several times each night. Each time, my brother had to help him to the bathroom. Concerned about him waking up during the night, my brother couldn't get enough sleep. At first, he could make up for it with naps, but due to old age and prolonged insomnia, he developed high blood pressure. Eventually, we had no choice but to buy diapers for my father. Later, because the diapers caused many sores, we had to go back to the original method. But this time, my brother took the daytime shift, and I took the night shift. After taking care of him for over a month, the sores healed. However, my father became increasingly dependent on me. He feared that I would abandon him and stop caring for him. In fact, except for not being able to care for himself, he was otherwise quite well. He ate a lot, was mentally alert, and spoke fluently, but still needed supervision. Sometimes I had to go to work or go downstairs to receive deliveries. I would tell him to stay put and let him know when I would return, but I always tried to hold back my tears. Perhaps he feared that once I left, I wouldn't come back. However, he didn't say anything but quietly felt sad. I knew he also felt helpless. He felt he was disrupting our work and feared we might abandon him. I once told my father to live in the present and not to overthink things. However, his mind is still very sharp, and he can't help but think about negative things. One time, my brother tried asking Dad, should we put you in a nursing home? They have professional care there, and there's always someone to keep you company. We'll visit you on the weekends. The look on Dad's face was truly heart-wrenching. He thought that we didn't need him anymore, like a child who had done something wrong. He begged my brother, from now on I'll drink less water and use the bathroom less. Please don't put me in a nursing home. Honestly, the expression on his face made my eyes sting and water. I immediately told Dad, your brother is just joking. Don't take it to heart. Later on, my brother became busy with work, and my sister-in-law was unable to take care of Dad, so they sent money for his food and handed over the responsibility to me. I didn't complain because I knew my brother was also going through difficulties. My situation was better than his. My business at the store wasn't too busy. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 5 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. However, at the end of last year, Dad's condition worsened. His body became swollen, and he had to be hospitalized for treatment. At that time, because of an urgent matter, we couldn't take care of him, so we had to rely on a nurse. But he refused to stay in the hospital and continuously demanded to go home. In the end, I couldn't bear it, so I stayed with him that night. He held my hand, tears in his eyes, saying that he had been a burden to us and told us not to blame him. I felt an overwhelming sense of sorrow and sympathy for him. My father was proud and strong throughout his life, but in his old age he had to live with such self-doubt. It was truly heartbreaking. Previously, I always thought that the greatest fear for the elderly was not having money. But seeing my father's situation in his later years, I realized that the greatest fear in old age is not lacking money, but lacking someone to care for you. The experience of a 70-year-old elder shows that the greatest asset in life is not appearance or money, but good character and integrity. Like an intangible asset, it is the greatest strength of each person. Character is the highest degree. A journalist once said that character is the highest degree. True wisdom and talent come from both virtue and ability. No matter how high the degree, without character, it is very difficult to advance. An English teacher at a private school once shared her story when she first started at the private school. There was a class with very poor performance. The students in the class were not diligent in their studies. At that time, no teacher wanted to take this class. Eventually, she was assigned as the homeroom teacher. At that time, she had just graduated and had little experience. Coupled with the complex situation in the class, she felt a lot of pressure, but she didn't give up. Gradually, she reestablished the class discipline. As time went on, the class's performance improved. Many students also gradually found their footing. It was during this time that she discovered another English teacher, who graduated from a prestigious school, was dissatisfied with her results, and had made false accusations against her. This teacher even intentionally leaked exam questions to the students to surpass her. She couldn't accept her colleagues' behavior. After some thought, she submitted her resignation to the vice principal. The vice principal did not agree to her resignation, called her into a meeting, and said, "We will not let one person of poor character cause us to lose a responsible professional. Someone with poor character does not deserve to be among the teachers of this school." Less than 2 days later, the English teacher from the prestigious university was dismissed from the school. There are many people like this in life. While their academic achievements may be excellent, their character does not keep pace. Such individuals, no matter how high their qualifications or abilities, will find it difficult to succeed smoothly. Character is the highest qualification. A degree without accompanying character is just a certificate. Character is the most versatile passport. The Chinese-American writer Jiao Jinai once said, "Depravity is the passport of the depraved, while nobility is the monument of the noble." Jin Ansheng, during the Qing dynasty in China, was a very talented individual, but his morality did not correspond. He embezzled public funds multiple times and accumulated a vast fortune. The emperor, hearing that this person could be useful again, was advised by his ministers that he could not be employed. Therefore, the emperor sent him back to his hometown and placed him under strict supervision by local officials. Jin Ansheng did not give up and used various methods to assist Lin Zexu, who was a strong opponent of British colonialism during the First Opium War and had implemented a strict ban on smoking opium in China. Lin Zexu, grateful to Jin Ansheng, appointed him as an assistant. However, it was not long before Lin Zexu discovered that Jin Ansheng was cunning and deceitful, and thus dismissed him. Later, when Zhang Gufan, a famous Confucian scholar in China, was promoted, Jin Ansheng repeatedly sought an audience, but was always refused by Zhang Gufan. When asked why, Zhang Gufan said that the person was scheming. It was best to respect him but keep a distance. Without character, even cleverness and cunning are useless. Ultimately, a person's character is the most versatile passport. Life is like a boat sailing against the current. To make the boat sail smoothly, it must have a solid anchor to withstand all the storms. This anchor is a person's character. Good morals can determine the fate of life. Good character is essential for maintaining the happiness of life. Lin Kan said that character is like a tree and reputation is like its shadow. People often pay attention to the shadow but do not realize that the tree is the root. The most important thing in life is character and kindness. Good character is the greatest personal asset. Dr. Yasub, a Japanese medical expert, is 70 years old but maintains health like a 20-year-old. His secret is very simple. Dr. Yasub said that at 70 he still retains the physique of his 20s. His height has not decreased. The secret is a diet low in sugar. Why do we need to cut down on sugar? Sugar in processed beverages is a significant source of energy that increases weight in both men and women. The World Health Organization and nutrition experts frequently warn us to consume less sugar, but we are also advised to eat more fruits. All types of sugar provide the same amount of calories, whether from processed industrial drinks or natural sugars from fruits. However, health risks are associated with excessive consumption of refined sugar, not with natural sugars found in fruits or milk. Managing sugar intake and embracing life at 70. Numerous studies have shown that tooth decay and weight gain are linked to diets high in processed sugars, not to the natural sugars found in fruits and milk. For this reason, scientists recommend that daily sugar intake should not exceed 10% of total calories for adults, averaging about 50 grams, which is equivalent to the amount of sugar in a regular can of soda. It is estimated that Americans consume approximately 76.7 grams of sugar each day, equivalent to 19 teaspoons or 306 calories. Methods to reduce sugar intake include limiting all types of sweetened beverages, including ready-to-drink teas and coffees, or adding sugar to your drinks, including coffee. Opt for water, bottled water, or unsweetened tea instead of sugary drinks. Limit the consumption of foods with high levels of free sugars such as natural sugars, brown sugar, refined sugar, rock candy, sugary beverages, sweet candies, and syrups. Reduce the amount of sugar added when cooking and at the dining table. Choose smaller portion sizes for sugary foods or drinks and gradually replace sweet treats with fresh fruits that are less sweet. Read food labels and select products with lower sugar content. In addition to reducing free sugars, use less processed grains. Opt for whole grains to retain B vitamins, fiber, and some minerals and proteins. At the same time, limit foods high in refined carbohydrates and sugars, and increase the intake of fiber-rich foods. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 6 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. According to the World Health Organization, maintaining a healthy diet throughout life helps prevent obesity and a range of non-communicable diseases. However, with the rise of processed foods, rapid urbanization, and an evolving lifestyle, eating habits have changed. Reflections at age 70. At 70, living under the gaze of others, is that a sorrowful existence? I am who I am. What you think of me or how you view me does not change who I am. At this age, there is no need for unnecessary desires. Don't be greedy, there is no point in it. As we age, our physical strength, energy, and memory are not what they used to be. If you continue to desire as you did when you were younger, your life will likely be very difficult. At this stage, it is time to let go of desires. What are basic needs? How much you can eat, how much money you have. If you have saved enough for retirement, then what is the point of accumulating more? To save for your children. At 70, how old are your children now? If they are grown, if they still need you to manage their finances meticulously, it could indicate issues with their own or your health, and such care is no longer necessary. Besides avoiding material greed, you should not constantly compare yourself to others. For instance, don't feel compelled to own branded items or the latest phone just because others do. Don't place unnecessary importance on things you don't need. How others view you is irrelevant. Living at 70 under others' scrutiny is not a tragedy. I am who I am. What you think of me or how you view me does not change who I am. Therefore, if something is not necessary, then it is not necessary. Avoid being greedy and complaining. No matter the issue, avoid endlessly lamenting. If you really can't bear it, a gentle reminder is enough, maybe twice at most. The more you speak, the more you become a nag. Reflect on your younger days when your parents, out of love, were constantly around you. How did you feel then? People don't forget their elders' advice, they often become the person they disliked in their youth. If you dislike listening to elders complain, then as an elder yourself, avoid nagging the younger generations. Don't live in the past. Of course, it is human nature to reminisce. Even I enjoy talking about old times. Just mentioning it suddenly lifts my spirits. One day, a friend impatiently said, "It's all in the past, what's the use of recounting it?" At that moment, I was taken aback. Since then, I have been more attentive to what others say. Avoid endlessly recounting the past, as it is a common habit, especially among the elderly. I hope we won't fall into this habit as we age. Share memories only with those who share your experiences. Don't constantly bring up the past with younger people. Occasional reminiscence to educate the younger generation is enough. Avoid being stubborn and rigid, clinging to your own opinions. From others' perspectives, stubbornness and rigidity are not always beneficial. This tendency may come from a lifetime of experiences that make it hard to accept new ideas. As you age, it's essential to open your mind, be more flexible, and listen to others' opinions. Society changes daily, and we should keep up with the times. This is the right attitude toward living. Do not resent fate or others. Complaining about your past decisions is the most futile thing you can do. You made your choices and lived your life. You must be responsible for the decisions you made. Regret is useless. The past is gone. Life is already challenging enough. Do not add more burdens. What you need to focus on is the present, especially at 70. How much more present time do you have? Seize the present, plan for the remaining short future, and make your remaining life as fulfilling as possible. Do what you want while you still have time, energy, and money. Act quickly without worrying about others' opinions on what you should use, where, spend on, or where to go. As long as you have the capability, don't wait until you're bedridden to regret it. Regret having money still in the bank or expensive clothes you never wore. Stop being angry, complaining, wasting time, being lonely, and saving excessively. After a lifetime of hard work, it is time to live for yourself. Find some old friends and enjoy the vibrant life you missed. Remember to smile even during hardships. We only age when we stop being joyful. Smile in the morning to energize your day. Smile at night for a good sleep. Smile through difficulties, and the clouds will clear. Smile through worries, and troubles will fly away. Smile when busy, and fatigue will vanish. Smile as you age, and you'll remain youthful for longer. Smile every day, and you'll live a long life.